What's up, everyone? I am Wink.
And I'm Skillz.
And you should have already known that. Today, we are going to be watching the trailer for the new Transformers movie. It's like Rise of the Beasts or something.
Yeah, what is it called?
Skillz, you're
It's called Rise of the Beasts.
I don't know. It's a Rise of something. You're a big fan of Transformers, right?
Yeah, a big fan.
Okay, awesome. Me too, dude. I am so stoked to see this movie. If I'm being honest, I have not seen any of the Transformers movies. I've seen maybe like 15 minutes of the first Shia LaBeouf one.
I've seen them all, and most of them were horrible.
Okay, that's awesome,
Most of them were horrible, but I love Transformers, so.
But the last one was the Bumblebee one, right? And that one everyone loved.
That was good. That was really good.
All right, well, let's watch this trailer, and if I get lost or I don't understand anything, I will turn to you for your expertise in this universe. Is that fair?
Yeah, you won't get lost.
I figured I won't. 3, 2, 1, play. That was the trailer to the trailer. How many years?
Millions of years.
Okay, good.
Stand down. I'm not the one to fear, Prime. There is a darkness coming.
Does that CGI not look as good as the old CG? Am I going into my upper register?
This isn't the time for questions like that, Joby.
Okay, my bad.
Pull over! I'm not driving! And if you don't know, now you know.
Oh, that's neat.
Spread love is the Brooklyn way. And if you don't know, now you know. I'm blowing up like you thought I would. Call the Prince, same number, same hood. It's all good.
Oh, it looks like RC.
Of all the threats,
Yeah, RC Cola, dude.
from both your past and future,
It was all a dream.
you've never faced anything like this. Let them come.
And if you don't know, now you know.
This can't be real. This can't be real. Oh, okay, it's real.
So if I didn't know, well, now I know. So Skillz, do you know
so-
anything about Beast Wars? Is this related to Beast Wars or no?
Yeah, I'm assuming it is. I'm a hardcore Transformers fan throughout the 80s. When Beast Wars came along, that was kind of at the point where I started getting laid. So I wasn't keeping up on Transformers anymore. But I will say that, here's the thing. I have no idea if this is going to be a good movie or not, because every trailer that was done for all the other past Transformers movies, excluding Bumblebee, of course they're going to look cool. They're these over-the-top action films. This, though, I did really like certain things about it. It was cool seeing RC. We haven't seen her. She's a female Transformer. We haven't seen her ever in any of the films. I like the look of Optimus Prime a lot. Those shots at the end of the trailer where we saw like an epic battle taking place, that looked really, really cool. Even though Bumblebee was the best Transformers film for me personally, and then probably the first one, I still have yet to see a Transformers movie capture what my idea of a great Transformers movie would be. I always imagined a very kind of dark film, like just almost like an Independence Day where something enters the atmosphere and then all hell breaks loose and we're introduced to all these different characters. And I haven't seen that yet. But this looks cool, man. I look forward to see what it is.
I definitely can see what you're talking about, how it would be cool to have like kind of that kind of darker film. The only thing is, man, and I don't mean this in like a derogatory way, it's like vehicle robots, dude. For someone like me who doesn't have the attachment to the franchise. Now, if they did it and they did it well, then I'd be sold. But my imagination isn't like, oh yeah, it's like a truck that turns into a dude and like, let's have like a dark brooding thing.
Well, you bring up a good point though, because they're still basing these characters and what they transform into, they're basing it off of vehicles from like the 80s, you know, early mid 80s. Although they try to polish them up, and like in Bumblebee, you know, they made it into like I don't know, what was it, a Mustang? I don't remember.
I don't know. I don't know cars real well. Maybe that's why I'm not a big fan.
It's a tricky thing because I want Optimus Prime to look like Optimus Prime looked. The problem with that is it was like an old school semi truck that was red. There's no red semi trucks like that, but it was cool as a kid. And the problem is now when you're trying to update it, finding that balance between paying tribute to where it came from and what we're all familiar with, but also making it modern, but not just in the sense of making it overly shiny and overly complex, but make it more relatable to what we're familiar with as far as vehicles go. I don't know. It's a tough thing.
Two things real quick. Number one, I want to kind of retract something I said earlier when I said that I didn't mean it in a derogatory way. If we watch it back, I'm pretty sure when I said they're like vehicle robots, I said it in the most condescending, like derogatory way ever. So apparently I did mean it in a derogatory way. And number two, bro, maybe you can help me out and settle this for me. I have not seen much Transformers. Why is it cool that they're transforming into vehicles, and why do they? Is that their normal form on their planet or whatever? Like,
no, so on their normal planet on Cybertron, they did transform into different vehicles, and I'm not going to pretend to know exactly why. It seemed like it was more of a means of convenience, you know, like as a human, if you could transform into like a rocket and, you know, travel to a different state in like minutes, you would see the benefit to that. But once they came to Earth, the idea of transforming into vehicles or tape players or whatever was a way for them to hide. So that's why in the song it says robots in disguise. And so
okay.
That was their way of camouflaging themselves. Again, it's that kind of gimmick that's cool as a kid, but now it's like, well, dude, as soon as you transform into a robot, people are,
you've blown your
like
cover. It's over with.
You've blown your cover, and now you're that red truck again.
Right.
So it's kind of one of those things, probably like a lot of series, like even like a Street Fighter or something. Even if it's over the top, you can still pay tribute to the characters and the world that people grew up on and love, but try to do your best to make it like a good experience. When they made Transformers the movie in 1986, the animated film, that was amazing. It had a heart and emotion, and it was just like an incredible experience that is kind of like the action films today. We couldn't do that back then, but we could do it in animation, and it's just like a very well done film.
Also, man, like, I don't want to be super negative about it, but like that CGI to me, well, dude, that CGI is amazing. And 20 years ago, if I saw that CGI, I would be like, there's no way we're doing that crazy cool stuff. Like, it's awesome, but it does look strangely not as good as, I feel like even the other Transformers movies, when I've seen trailers, I usually feel like the CGI looks better. Dude, I may be way off, but, and maybe it's like,
No, you're not.
I don't know how far off this movie is, but it might be unfinished animation. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly, dude. And the tough thing is when you talk about good CGI versus bad CGI, it comes down to a lot of factors, but a big part of it is the way it's lit. And I think sometimes stylistically they choose to go with a colorful, dynamic film, whereas like I was saying before, I would like to see a dark Transformers film. I want to see Optimus Prime like if he was standing outside my place right now in the dark, he's not going to be all rich and red and colorful. He's going to be affected by the environment. But also, the one thing Michael Bay is great at is action films. So he's the kind of guy who's going to demand a lot from his entire team, including the guys that are doing the CGI work. So
yeah,
I don't know. I mean,
let me just say real quick, I don't consider what we just saw to be bad CGI by any means. It looks like not quite as good as I remember some of the other Transformers movies being. But dude, my recollection might be wrong. Hell, dude, when I think back, the 007 game on N64 looked like mind-blowingly good. So,
well, you know what's crazy though? Our standards are getting so high now that to me it really comes down to creating an atmosphere and tone, and not trying to draw attention to like the great CGI work. I remember when the first Avatar came out, that was like groundbreaking CGI. The way these characters were moving, the lighting, and I've seen the trailer for the new Avatar a few times in the theaters, and it looks great, but it's just not mind-blowing anymore because like we're just getting really used to that kind of stuff. You know?
Yeah, fair.
Anyways, thanks for watching, guys.
Yeah, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to let us know about any trailers, any movies we should be checking out. We'd love to see you guys more here on the channel, and this is a great way for us to actually make that happen. Until next time, we'll see you then. Peace out, homies.
Peace.